Previously on BobCorp.
Living in a student town also means that you can't go anywhere without being handed a ton of leaflets. I was walking to Tesco the other day and a really enthusiastic guy with a bunch of flyers came up to me and was like, "Oh, where are you heading out tonight, sir?" "Tesco, I'm all out of bread and milk." And it's a Tuesday, like who goes clubbing on a Tuesday? I did. My first year at university has now come to a close, which means I have all the time in the world. Before I came to university, I wanted to make a short film about time, where when I'd go back in time, fight some Victorians, explore the London of the time, and then ponder how I'd get back into the present day. That never happened, mainly because I ran out of it.
Run out of what?
Time.
Oh my.
Because I haven't made anything on YouTube in a very, very long time, I thought it'd be a good thing to sort of get back into the swing of things with things relatable and simple and cool and not bombard you with the paragraphs of whatever I say normally in my recent videos. So, here's that. Hello, welcome to Baking with BobCorp. Today on the show, we're making cupcakes with Rob Carr. I've got him on the show because he's ginger and I wanted a minority to make BobCorp more diverse. And today, as I said, we're making the Jane Asher's cupcake mix.
You're really breaking the bank there with...
You know, went down Poundland for this.
Oh.
Do you want to guess how much that cost me?
£1.
He knows his shit. Let's get baking.
Let's get baking.
Right, you can read out what we need and I'll get it out the cupboard.
Okay,
So I don't...
what do we need? Shall I open the box? Put the cases into a 12-hole cupcake or muffin tray.
We don't have that, but I've got a baking tray. So
We'll get a baking tray. Have you got any muffin cases? I'm assuming
the muffin case is in the box.
Alright, I'll go and get them. Open the box.
This was a gift from my nan, so thanks Nan for the baking tray.
Empty the sponge mix into a mixing bowl. I'm going to empty the sponge mix into a bowl, because how exciting is that? There we go, that looks like breadcrumbs.
Add 1 egg and 80 millilitres of milk.
I'm gonna crack the
I'm
egg.
going to crack the egg. I'll hold the bowl and you can crack the egg into it for that epic showmanship.
Okay, here we go. This is gonna go wrong.
Do you want to like use a fork because that's plastic?
I can just do this. No. There we go. He's got it. Mmm. Have you got a spoon?
Catch.
I'm gonna measure the 80ml milk. Probably do it wrong.
Don't waste any of it. It doesn't even need to go up to the first line on the bottom.
So do we pour it in slowly or just bung it in?
Bung it in, you have to beat it.
We need I need a spoon or Chris Brown for that.
We've got a potato masher, a spatula, a pizza cutter.
Do you not have a wooden spoon?
Oh, I do!
This doesn't look like... This is looking like Yorkshire pudding. We beat it well.
We did beat well.
We've got to pour it into a paper case.
That's what they are.
Well, let's do that.
If I get a tablespoon, you can spoon the mix into the cupcakes. Well, actually, I've got an idea. Why don't you pour it all in the jug and then you can like tip it in like with an actual thing?
Oh yeah. It's a bit lumpy, this mix. Why do I have so many skills?
Anyhow, we've poured the cake mix into the cake things. Now we're going to put them in the cake oven. It means it's time to turn the extractor fan on. Watch what happens. You won't believe what happens next. Now you can't hear anything! See you after the break. Okay, welcome back. We've got the cakes out of the oven. The extractor fan has gone off. And now we're going to ice them, but first...
We need to show you the cakes because they haven't gone entirely to plan, have they, Bob?
No, this isn't exactly
how a cupcake
should look. It looks more like an omelette. There's 7 of them all merging together as one.
We'll attempt to ice.
We'll try, believe.
We'll soldier on and read what we have to do. I think I'm just going to pour it in.
For the icing, empty the icing mix into a bowl and gradually add 3 to 4 teaspoons of water. Wow.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, I think that's going to be a bit too wet. Let's mix and see what happens. Well, we have put too much water in there.
That's the best we're gonna get. Right, now you need to softly smooth them. Softly smooth the icing onto the cakes.
This isn't going to go well.
Doesn't look...
It's a bit watery.
Yeah, maybe there was too much water we put in. Nice job while putting too much water in.
I said not to. You know what? Shall I just pour it all over?
Oh, that's just gonna ruin everything. Well, yeah, put it on the omelette.
Just get it on everything.
Well, we still got to put the balls on there yet.
There we go, how lovely is that? Let's show them the lovely icing. Ta-da! Look at that.
And they say art is dead.
Let's get the balls out. Just sprinkle them everywhere.
Yeah, put your balls all over the cakes.
Alright, actually.
It's not bad, there's only one on that one, but...
And that is our... Oh, the icing just tilted off.
It's postmodern.
Yeah.
There's more ingredients on the tray than there is actually in the cakes.
What are we doing now?
Well, let's see what our judges think.
Right.
Okay, well everyone is scared of eating them because of radiation poisoning and something. So we've managed to get Tom.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ. It's so flat, it's like a pancake.
What do we think?
Doesn't taste bad.
Oh, it's really wet. Oh, mine's not cooked in the middle. Oh.
Oh, it tastes like dough.
My hands are sticky.
Well, this has been Baking with BobCorp. I hope you've enjoyed this back home. I probably won't do another one of these for a while. Thanks for watching. One of my favourite things to do at university, and as I've said in many different videos quite a few times now, is exploring. So naturally, as soon as I managed to get home, it only made sense to go out and re-explore somewhere that I hadn't been in a very long time. For one of my photography modules at university, we had to go out and take 6 photographs that resemble the theme of home. And because Lincoln didn't really feel like a home at that time, I walked out into the countryside with a friend and just started taking photos of the dirt paths and fields and trees, because there's loads of them here. Oh, there's one. When I was a lot younger, my mum used to read us the Faraway Tree series before bed, which was a series of books about a group of children that would go out and explore an enchanted woodland, sort of. And as a kid, I really sort of dreamed of walking out into the woods and finding something enchanting or something fantasy or something that would start me out on an epic quest. When I used to walk home from lower school, I'd see this big tower on the horizon in the distance, and I always wondered what it was, and years later I found out that it was a water tower. So little 7-year-old me was thinking that one day he'd go out and find whatever that tower was and hope that it'd take him on some sort of little adventure or little quest to find something amazing. Still haven't been. It's weird coming back to a place after not being there for such a long period of time and seeing how everything has changed in just a short period of time. All the familiar views and scenery are now taken up by housing developments and new buildings, and how everything else has just been built over to make way for, well, a new development really. Something they don't tell you about university is that the third semester is actually a myth. It doesn't exist, it's just made up to make use of the rule of thirds, which doing a media course is very important. And so over the past month or so I've been walking around and I've been doing whatever I feel, such as walking into a field, or walking into the city, or walking 6 miles just to go to a pub in Saxelby, you know, the usual. Throughout the whole of my first year of university I've pretty much neglected my YouTube channel because much more important or bigger things arose and I had to deal with them first. When I set off in September and I began the course and began thinking out what I wanted to do, I thought I'd really want to get myself involved and become a director. But there's too much paperwork in that for it to be considered fun. But I tried to make a short film before university. I tried to organise everything myself. So because I was the director, the producer, the actor, the editor, the sound recordist, everything in total, the writer, I knew exactly what I wanted and how I would like to execute that. Though when you're working with a big group of people, it's a lot harder to sort of gain a middle ground because no one really knows what's going on and everyone just fights all the time. For part of the course, everyone had to write a 5-minute screenplay about a character, be it whoever at all, and then one of them films was going to be turned into a film which we had to make later on in the semester. I decided to write mine about a lonely old man who wanted to relive his youth as a concert pianist. Someone else in the group though wrote theirs about a man who got turned on by a cartoon horse. The film we ended up making was called Pawn, and that's P-A-W-N for all the worried grandmas out there. It was essentially about a man who had a bit of a shit day, so went off and murdered someone accidentally. You know, it happens. The film reminded me a little bit of a poetry contest I won in about 2004, which was essentially about a child that wanted the monkey to come play with him, but the monkey fell out of a tree and died. Didn't really see the macabre side at the time, and to be honest, I'm quite surprised the judges didn't either. I do feel a little bit sorry for the actor though, who's going to be on Jimmy Fallon in about 20 years' time, and has to tell tens of millions of people about how the first thing he starred in was porn. Now that I have all this spare time over the summer to do whatever the hell I want, it sort of hit me that I haven't actually got much planned. In one of my other recent videos I talked about how I'd been out and explored the city enough to be able to give recommendations to people on where the best places to go for a walk are, or what the best pubs are to have a drink in, or where the best place to be in the city is if it starts to flood. And Steep Hill isn't one of them places.
I'm glad we came home when we did.
One of my goals for first year was to drink in every pub and alehouse in Lincoln, because I really don't like bars and clubs. Which is a great time to bring up the fact that you'll soon be getting some exclusive BobCorp material from Ibiza. Just trying to escape the bush now, and I've lost my sunglasses. Great.